Hello, this is Hiroshi Hayashi, Hamama City, Japan. In this video, I would like to talk about the mystery of Vikings in English. The title of this video is this, just step forward, step to mystery of Vikings. In this, excuse me for my poor English because I have no manuscript to read before I just start explaining about the mystery of Vikings. Mr. Taka-san has pointed out a very strange point in Denmark, and he asked me to examine this 4 points on my side. So I have examined these 4 points, and the sooner I examined this point, I found that these 4 points are very important, or has got a very special meaning in them. And I just these are 4 points on the right side, and the left side is Iberia UK, and 1, 2, 3, 4 are these 4 points are on the same line. These are sort of ring fortresses of Vikings, and the angle between them is just 90 degrees, right? So I thought it got something special meaning and in this point, and this is point 1, which Taka-san has pointed out, and diameter is 237 meters in diameter, and it's point 2. This is a point 2, right? And also just about 120 meters in diameter. And point 3, this is point 3, and this has got 267 meters in diameter. And these 4 points are sort of, they say it's a fortresses, but Vikings started using this ring sort of ruins as their basis or foothold. But before that, it was built. It had been built before the Viking started using this as their fortresses, I'm sure. And these are sort of rocks, not lines, but rocks. These lines were made with rocks, as you see here. So I found that this is a very strange. I found these are very strange places, and these are sort of my photographs of number 4 points that Taka-san had pointed out for me, and I draw a line from Cross Point, China, up to this one of the 4 point Yonagunijima. Yonagunijima is a very strange island in Japan, now in Japan, but it's a sort of a basic foothold for aliens. It's just as Easter Island, and Dunhuan is a very important point for Asia. Line 1 is from Cross Point, China, line from Yonagunijima, and line 2 is from East Pole, and line 3 is from Dunhuan. Buckles in Japanese, anyway, 4 lines. So these 4 lines just crosses over these 4 point ring fortresses in Denmark or somewhere near there. And this is point 1. Error is about 989 meters. And point 2, the error is 3,000, about 3.5 kilometers. And point 3, the error here is about 5.6 kilometers. And point 4, 5.5 kilometers error. errors. So it's a simple matter of view whether these errors are very big or small. And this line will go to Avery, and this line go to China, and CP correspond China, but they are on the same line, straight line from Avery to point 1 to correspond China. It's very strange. So I just beginning thinking to mysteries around here. So just the first step, I examine the area around in North Europe. And this information was given by Mr. Morimoto, and he sent me some photographs of these fortresses around here. And one of them, among them, I found very strange pictures. Anyway, I will show them later. And also he found this monument as well, or sort of a mound. And in Japan, we have this sort of mound in Japan too. Many, about hundreds of mounds like this, but most of them are sort of tombs. And I found also very strange rocks here, on which sort of strange pictures are sculpted. Relief. You may say relief in English, I think. And please watch the following video, number 566. And this is a mystery of Viking number 2. Buckles made with 3D photograph technology. And I will show you how they are made, and why I think I will show you why I think these are made with CAD or 3D photograph technology. Mr. Morimoto found me some photographs of Buckles. They say Buckles, but I think it's Buckles. Who in the hell made such a beautiful, precisely made Buckles for daily use? So much precisely made. But strange to say that these buckles are very, very similar to each other, but different a bit. Okay, very similar. But I don't think most of you cannot tell the differences between them. Okay, and similar, but it's not exactly the same. He said, my English is wrong, but not exactly the same. Okay, this round mark shows that these parts are very similar to each other, and you can tell the differences between them. But this part is different, this part is different, and this part is different from each other. Okay? So similar to each other, but not exactly the same. Similar very much, very similar to, too much similar, I think. Similar, but this part is buckles are different. It's different part, this part, and this part. So these are not made with molded. You understand? Molded. They are not made from molded. Bit different. Similar, but different. Can you see the difference? And different. I mean, very similar, but not exactly the same. Very similar, but not exactly the same. Similar, but not exactly the same. This is a sort of, I say, Morimoto-san also pointed out that this is a sort of a way, you know. I will show you anyway. Excuse me my poor English, but I will show you more example in the word. Well, so I say very similar, but not exactly the same. And this is a sort of miracle process, and this is also another saint, holy saint in Gandhara. They are exactly the same, except noses. So very similar, but not exactly the same. These statues, sculptures, statues, are of course created with 3D photograph technology by aliens, not human beings, because human beings could not fly between these two places. And also, sitting Buddha and standing Buddha are very similar, but not exactly the same. The same thing can be said about the sculpture in ancient Greece. Sculptures in ancient Greece. These three statues, sculptures, are made at the same time, almost at the same time, but there should have been sort of some time intervals, time lags. And these are sort of statues in Horyuji Temple, very similar to each other, but not exactly the same, I say. And this is the Mona Lisa painted by Leonardo da Vinci, very similar to each other, but not exactly the same. Not exactly the same. And also this is paintings painted by Da Vinci, but they are very similar to each other, but not exactly the same. Especially hair is different. Have a look at this. Their hair pattern is the same, but not exactly the same. This is Michelangelo's sculptures. They are very similar, but have a look at the eyebrows. Eyebrows are different because they can't use sort of a 3D photograph technology onto eyebrows. This is a very well-known painting by Raffaello, and about 1500 before that, years before. Also, there was already there had been already sort of sculptures in ancient Greece. Have a look at this. It's two ladies, slightly different, but not exactly the same, but similar to each other. And these two men looks very similar, and these three ladies looks very similar, but not exactly the same. And also, Venus de Milo, and these two sculptures are also very similar, but not exactly the same. So aliens used this 3D photograph technology and made 2 or 3 sculptures at the same time. And have a look at this. These buckles, right? There is a sort of a hemisphere, half hemisphere decorations here, but it's got. I'll show you anyway. Now you will know. Okay, here is a graduation, kind of graduation, sort of a decorations point, but it's got So I counted the numbers of the here 60 sharp. Both of them had got 60. 60 graduations. And also I checked another Buckles, and also another Buckle has got also 60. All these three have gotten 60 graduations. Do you think it's coincidence? I don't think so. They are all calculated, just like in a mesh, sort of a computers, a computerized program. How do you say that? Anyway, what I want to say is that these are made with computer-aided designing system, and also carved with 3D photograph technologies. And Taka-san says also pointed out another several points, and one of them is this. And he said these 5 points are located in a very strange places. And he's just explaining about the places of the ring fortresses of Vikings, the Vikings. So he asked me to examine them on my side. And the line between Teotihuacan to Point 5 just crosses over Serpent Mound and Ring of Brogger. I'll show it now here. Okay, this is a map of North Europe. UK is on the left side. This is Trelleborg A and Trelleborg B. This is another borg he has found. And the angle between them from number 4 to Trelleborg here up to B is just 90.0 degrees. Taka-san said, it's very strange. And I agree with him. And Trelleborg B is here, and I connected Trelleborg B with Teotihuacan. On the way, just on the line, there is a ring of Buckle here, and also Serpent Mound. You will know the reason why Serpent Mound is on the way, on the line, very soon. Just as I say, this is here. I just have to open the door to the mystery of North Europe, and there would be more and more mysteries around here. So I have produced another video, number 567, and what is a Baku? They say Baku, but this is not a Baku. I'm sure. I will tell you this is not a Baku. Why do you call this a Baku? Or who uses such a so complicated and sophisticated made Baku for your Bakus, you know? Baku is a very sort of with no meanings, right? And some people say that all my explanation is a very sort of a sophistry, but I will show you. Mine is not. Okay, I can't just say that this is a Bakus. Do you think these are Bakus? No. Then what is this? This is my question. A Baku? No. I said no. It's a very complicated design, sort of lines here in this Baku. But what are these? So dedicated workmanship, I say. Okay? So dedicated. Why? And what does this stand for? And this must have been more essential for one Vikings. I mean, this is a sort of an item which is very important for the Vikings. Then what do you think this is? So very much important for Vikings. What is the most important thing for the Vikings? What is the most important thing for the ancient people? Okay, here I can find the same patterns of pictures here, and you can see a man here. A man is standing up here, right? I show you. Here is a man. Can you see a man in the middle? Okay, I'll show you. Okay, these hands and legs and faces, and on the face there is a round circle. Okay, who is this man with beard? Do you think who is this man? Who this man is with beard? This is a man. So, yes, this is a man with beard. Can you see a beard? Okay. The man wears. And another information says that Vikings also believe in Christianity, in a way secretly, but not openly. And Christianity has given a very much strong influence upon Vikings, it says. This is what Saga Edda Association, sort of a very important association for the writers about North Europe. This is Jesus Christ himself, I'm sure. You understand? He is Jesus Christ. But openly, they couldn't have this Jesus Christ. So what is this? What are these lines? Okay? The answer is this. Here, okay, there is lines here. And do you think they carved lines like this? Just strings, or sort of ropes, or sort of a weed? No. Much more important ones. Okay, here is the answer. Here, have a look at this here, right? There are 3 serpents here. 1, 2, 3. 3 serpents. Can you see 3 serpents? And also on the backers, you can see a serpent, and also serpent on every backers. On every backer, you can see a serpent. God of the sea for the Vikings. Now you know what this is. Three sort of a land hemisphere shows stand for Trinity, and these are sort of a holy cloth for the Vikings. That's why they made them so precisely and delicately, and very important. Okay, very important than the Buckles. But the archaeologists say these are Buckles, but I don't think so, and you may not think so either. I hope. Then you may say that this is Hiroshi Hayashi's Sophistry. Can you say that? And what is this? This is a bell, Japanese archaeologists say, but this is not an bell. This is a sort of a portable astronomical observatory device. And this is a mirror, as archaeologists say, but this is not a mirror. It's got a much more sort of a fundamental meaning in it. And they say this is a sort of a dogu, sort of a young girl playing for the easy birth, but that is wrong. This is a sort of spaceman in alien in spacesuit, and you can see a dolmen in Nara. They call it Ishibutai, and they say this is a tomb, but stupid. This is not a tomb. This is one of the dolmens, thousands of dolmens. This is a sort of a earthenware, but you know what this is. Of course, this is a rocket. If you see it upside down, the rocket is flying over to the sky like this way, up to the sky. And who is Sophistry? Whose idea is Sophistry? Okay, they say my ideas are very Sophistry, but I think their ideas are Sophistry. Thank you very much for watching, and see you again next time. And I would make more about videos. Thank you. Bye.